Good morning, everybody. Well, good morning. A win is a win is a win is a win. Ugly, albeit ugly. Rise and grind, everybody. Game time, Brian here. Up, not feeling good again. A little bit better. I laid off the coffee this morning. I don't know. It's an allergy-related thing. I think. My wife argued with me, said don't take a COVID test because you just started having symptoms. And I'm like, I don't think it's COVID anyway because it's not in my chest like it's normally. But again, I don't know. I'm off to work. Maybe I'll leave early if everybody shows up. So I don't know. But, again, we had enough people who call out after football games. You don't need me to do it unless we have the bodies. So, anyway, game time, Brian here, rise and grind. Happy Friday. Ugly at times. Let's dig into the football game. Ugly at times, but Dak was basically 11 for 11 in the first half. He had the one throwaway, so he was perfect. He did what he had to do. He didn't get greedy. They were playing too high. They weren't allowing much. You had to, in order to beat the Giants last night, you had to take what they were giving you. And that's what they did. They made sure that second safety was way back. I mean, there was room, but it was mainly underneath. There was windows, but you don't want Dak holding on to the ball too long. We're working through some things with our offensive line. I thought we ran the ball really well. I think that last possession kind of slanted the numbers where it was minus. Everybody in the whole stadium knows you're running the ball. That's kind of what I wanted the Eagles to do against the Falcons. Drain the clock. It don't look good. It sucks. Even though Eagles have a better running game than the Cowboys. It don't look good. It sucks. And, but you got to do it. I mean, that's one of those things. I was telling Phil last night during the live stream, maybe do a safe pass. And then I thought about the Barkley pass. I'm like, yeah, maybe not. I can't have it both ways. So I hear what you Eagle fans are saying. I do. It's tough watching it. You like a safe pass, but it takes a guy to catch it too. The human element, a safe, wide open 3-yard pass that maybe you get 5, right? If he drops it, it stops the clock. So again, Giants got the ball back with 20-some seconds left after a missed field goal, mind you. Fuck, I feel like absolute dog meat. After a missed field goal. So, I would say, okay, it's a red light. There's not a no turn. What are we doing here? It turned green, so, they decided to go finally. But anyway, circling back. Win's a win. Again, I know it was ugly at times. The main problem I had was a lot of penalties. We were able to run the ball. I thought that was good. I thought CD had a good game, real good game. He had 96 yards in the first half and ended up at 98. So, got to do a better job in the second half coming out of the locker room, boys. We really do. Our defense was beat up. Good news on Micah Parsons. He's going to have an MRI, but no breaks. No breaks at all. It's an ankle. So, he was walking. D-Law said he's okay. Just sore. They wanted to act on the side of caution. So that was good. The Giants, Malik Neighbors, like I told everybody, he's a real deal, people. Malik is the guy. I don't know exactly. I think he got a concussion. I love that player. Again, what the hell happened to LSU? You had Jaden Daniels and Malik Neighbors, and you were ass last year. They were okay. They weren't. But I mean, damn. But overall, win's a win. I told everybody if they won 40-0, I probably wouldn't have flexed. That's just how I'm gonna handle this. I'm not gonna flex anything. It's not happening. I'm not going to flex. So, we get 10 days off now to rest. We'll see if Micah will be available for Pittsburgh. They need to work on their starts at the beginning of the game and their starts coming out of halftime. The coaches have a lot of work to do. But, again, it's a week-to-week league. I keep telling everybody that. It's a week-to-week league. It really is. What you do this week may not carry over to next week. You know what I mean? It's why it's so hard to pick the games. Look, the line was 5.5. Okay, I took Dallas. I took the Giants plus 5.5. They could have easily, if that field goal makes, me and my friend Rob wins $2,000. Aubrey misses the 51-yarder. He loses $2,000 last night. Yep. Sorry, Rob. But truth be told, I don't know. Giants dominated the ball. Giants were really moving the ball. They had 8 drives where they were just dominating the ball. And, the time of possession was slanted towards the Giants. But Dallas was efficient enough in the red zone in the first half to get the job done. Still, it's one of those wins like week 1, not as blowout, but where you can take the positives, you get the win. It's a divisional win. So right now, we're the first team in the East with a divisional win. So, all things being equal, if the other teams lose this week, we in first place. Divisional wins take precedent, you know what I'm saying? But again, that's the last thing from my mind. I just wanted to reiterate. It's all about divisional wins. Win your division games, it puts you in a good position. So we got a lot of room to grow, okay? But what I was very encouraged with, Mozzie Smith showed up, made 2 plays in the backfield, was a dominant force. About time. And I don't want to hear I don't want to hear anything today hammering Mozzie or the Dallas, because all we heard all week, the stats proved it out. How good the Giants on defense were, and how good the Giants and Malik Neighbors, Daniel Jones, the running game, everything was clicking pretty good for 3 games. So the fact that Mozzie was able to do that against John Michael Schmitz, I don't know how good he was. We liked him. I know me and Phil liked him a couple years ago out of Minnesota. But John Michael Schmitz, Mozzie owned your ass. So I don't know if that's good or bad. But again, we're going to keep it 100 here. Mozzie had a good game. Mozzie seemed like he was into it. Mozzie made some plays. Maybe that's what the kid needs. Maybe he needs to actually have the success. Maybe he needs to have the success to be able to move forward. Because I think he's putting in the work. Everything I'm being told, the dude's putting in the work big time. So, shout out to Mozzie Smith. Finally. I'm hearing Deron Bland might have a shot to play. I think they're going to hold him out until after the Pittsburgh game. That's it. Oh, no, because then they have Detroit, right? Yeah, it's Pittsburgh on the road, then home against Detroit. Again, if you can find a way to split those games, that's a win-win. Remember, I had Dallas 2-2. I had Dallas 3-3 going into the bye week. So, if we win the next 2, unbelievable. If we lose the next 2, we're not as good as I thought going into the bye by 1 game. If we split, we're right where I thought we'd be. And an ugly, ugly start to the season for the Cowboys. Record-wise, we would be right where we need to be. So all eyes on Pittsburgh Steelers in 10 days. We get a 10-day break. We could rest, heal our wounds. Players don't report till Monday. So you figure you have today, tomorrow, and Sunday to kick back, chill, get your massages, get your therapy. You got 2 games in 4 days. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. 2 games in 5 days. It's rough in the NFL. Every hit is a car collision. So, big time for the Cowboys to be able to process this. You get a slight edge going into the Steeler game against the Steelers. So, let's hope we can go in there and get a win. Steelers are playing good, but Dallas seems to be playing better on the road right now. So, give me a 10-day rest. I'll take my shot. You know, if we can somehow go in there, I don't think the Steelers are as good as their record. I think the Steelers win this week. I think they're going to be 4-0, which is yet another opportunity to beat a good team, to quiet the noise that you can't beat good teams. They got to go out and do it. I could say it, but they got to go out and do it. I think that's an exciting thing to try and do. They're a 4-0 team who plays fundamental and has a very good defense, especially at home. Let's go see what we could do. But our job is done for the rest of the week. You know, like the weekend. I'll be streaming on Sunday. I don't know how far I'll stream the Eagle game. That's probably about it. I'll probably do the Eagle game in Tampa. I think that's a 1 o'clock game. So I'm surprised it's a 1 o'clock. They should make that the 4:25 game, you would think. 2 playoff teams. Stupid. NFL sucks sometimes. I hope it's the 4:25 game. Let me know in the comments. But somehow I think it's the 1 o'clock game. So it's fine. It'll give me time to get my Halloween stuff all out. Hopefully it's good weather. It's like there's a little bit of rain now, but hopefully there's some good weather on Sunday, and I can get some stuff done around the house, watch the football with a side eye. I told you last night, though, circling back to the Cowboy game, I was going to have to watch it with one eye open. You know, I was a little concerned about that game, just because I feel like Dallas is in a position where they're not going to take advantage of a lot of stuff. That's why CD making that play. Hunter Lepke. I love Hunter Lepke. He needs more playing time. He's earned it. He needs to be on the field more. Get him in there. Trust him. He had 1 fumble last year as a rookie, and it seemed like they're holding it against him. Shit. He's from North Dakota State. Small school, small town guy. Let's go. Come on. I thought it was cool that the players been calling him Mike Allstott. I know he's a long way to go, but that's just, he wears the number 40. He looks like him. He's built like a brick shit house. So anybody that doesn't like Hunter Lepke is just a hater, because the dude is just a football player. Kind of reminds me of a less athletic. I don't know how less, but he didn't play quarterback. I'm sure he played quarterback at some point, but he kind of reminds me of a Taysom Hill type. And it's great to have a guy like that. You take guys like that for granted. They do everything. Special teams. Run the ball. Catch the ball. Get you a big 3rd down. So Jake Ferguson stepped up last night. But we were hurt in the secondary. You know, we didn't have no Bland. We had no seatbelt. They benched the dude we traded for from Minnesota, Andrew Booth. He was benched in the second half. And what do you know? Amani Awarie got the interception to seal the deal at the end of the game. I don't know if it was a sealer, but pretty much a sealer at the end of the game. Number 27. He was beat, though. The ball was thrown out. He was toast. So let's just keep it 100. There was plays to be had over the top. Not really a fan of what's going on with Malik Hooker. Malik Hooker looked slow. He looked real slow. So, yeah, can we not get Wanye Thomas on the field? I know Marquise Bell, he was hurt and out last night. So, can we not get these guys on the field? I don't know. But then, all right, everybody, I'm going to try and get out of work. So, stay tuned for a lunchtime chat. Either way, if I do leave work, maybe I'll do a live stream from my house later. But if I'm not, I'll do it from the mail truck. I just don't like calling out, because if a bunch of people call out, I don't want to be the person that screws somebody. You know, that's just kind of how I roll. So I'll go in and talk to her, see if I can get somebody to take a few hours off for me and get out of here today. So, but all right, everybody. Either way, you'll see me a little later, okay? You'll see me later this afternoon. So with that being said, game time, Ryan. I am Audi 5000. I'll talk to you later. Peace. Late.